What's up, guys? Welcome to the Knicks Universe podcast. I'm with my co-host, Avery. Say what's up, man.
Yo, what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Yeah, how you doing, Avery?
I'm doing well. How you doing, man?
Good. School sucked and all that. I'm glad I'm finally home from school.
I
Glad
know.
you're doing well. And I'm excited for episode 2. But I want to start off with a question.
Yeah.
You met some Knicks players. Who was your favorite Knick to meet?
Honestly, my favorite Nick to meet was, even though he's not that great with fan relations, definitely Kevin Knox. I mean, he's the future. He's gonna be a stud. And
Wait, you met Knox?
yeah, it was
That's awesome.
during his first autograph event. It was at the NBA store. Shout out to the NBA store.
Oh, I saw that on his story on Instagram one time. That's really cool.
Yeah, and he was like 45 minutes late. That's the thing. He was like 45 minutes late, but I mean,
Was he like
to meet him, but
he was a cool guy?
yeah, he was a very cool guy.
What about, was Lance Thomas cool? I know you met him, right?
Lance Thomas is a very nice guy, and one of the coolest guys I met that works for the Knicks, Scott Perry. Scott Perry's a very nice guy.
I saw him on do you follow Make Knicks Great Again?
Not anymore. I mean, I used to follow him, but I mean, in my opinion, he doesn't really have great basketball knowledge,
Sometimes he says nonsense, but one time he put on his Instagram, he recorded a video saying to Scott Perry, go get Kyrie and KD, and then he gave him a thumbs up or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I saw that video. I did see that video.
He seems like a humble dude, though. Did you meet Steve Mills or no?
I did meet Steve Mills. Steve Mills is a very nice guy.
Okay. You met Frank. Frank probably didn't even talk much.
Frank, yeah, he seemed nervous during his first event. He seemed very nervous. I mean, that's understandable,
He's always nervous. What do you mean?
He is always kind of nervous when he meets fans, yeah.
That's the problem I have with Frank. Sometimes he's just like, it's your second year in the league. He's still so nervous.
I know. I mean, I know.
Well, that happened. I'm not comparing Frank to Giannis, but when Giannis still, like, when he first came to the league, a new country and all that, he had that weird look in his face like he was scared. But now he's not scared of shit now.
Yeah, now he's yeah, I remember that. I remember when he was scared of.
But I've never met an NBA player. Never.
It's a great experience. It's awesome, all those guys are great. They're great guys, They're great with fans, most of them.
What about Cantor? Was he?
Cantor was very nice. I actually brought a sign saying that I was one of his biggest fans, and he liked it a lot, and he actually signed it for me.
I hope Cantor does great. Where's he at? Trailblazers. He's been playing good for them, which I'm glad
He
to
has been playing
see.
well for them. During his first game, he killed the Nets.
I saw that. He really balled out.
I mean, he always balls out against the Brooklyn Nets.
You know what big man I wish we kept? Willie Hernangomez.
Yeah, Willie has a bright future, man. And I remember thinking Willie could become an all-star. Honestly, that was a little bit too much. That was a little bit too far. Willie's not going to be an all-star, but he's going to be a great player in this league for a while.
And I think one of the reasons Porzingis left, I think Willie, because Willie and him were really good friends. Kuzminskis, I think they were good friends. I miss Kuzminskis, even though he wasn't the greatest player, but I liked him for some reason.
Yeah, everybody loved Kuz. He was the fan favorite, but
he was the first Kuz. That was before Kuzma.
The Knicks honestly did a lot to piss off Porzingis.
Yeah, I don't blame him, honestly, in that aspect.
Not bringing back that assistant coach, Josh Longstaff, and
getting
rid of Willie, They did a lot of the wrong stuff by him.
All right, let's talk about, we somehow played an awesome game against the Spurs. Like, what? Like, the young players showed, even Lance Thomas played good.
Lance Thomas did well. I mean, those kind of wins, those feel good. Like, the young guys did well, especially Damian Dotson. 27 points for Dotson. Kevin Knox, 19 points.
8 threes?
I think it was
crazy.
Dennis Smith Jr., 19 points, and Mitchell Robinson, 15 points.
And 14 rebounds, 5. And he made his free throws, too. He's worked on his free throws. You could just tell.
These wins feel nice. And, I mean, I know we're tanking, but like if we could get these every once in a while, I'd be happy.
And the most impressive thing I saw about Knox, 10 rebounds. I'm so happy to see that. Even though when I've been telling people, Knox is going to be even scarier when he starts knocking down those threes. He had 19 points, 8 of 18. I know it's not the greatest shooting from the field, but he's 1 for 6 from 3.
Oh man, he's going to be very scary when he develops his shooting. Honestly, like watch out for Kevin Knox.
And he's still growing because he still has growing pains, I've heard.
Yeah, he is still growing.
So
he is still 19. Yeah.
Yeah, but like if he really develops well, he could be Giannis with a jump shot. I'm not saying he's gonna be that freaking good, but like he has such long arms. He's athletic. If he could play make, that would just be insane. I think sky's the limit.
He's going to be a special player someday, and people better stop sleeping on him. Honestly, some of my friends are saying, "Oh yeah, Kevin Knox is trash."
Oh, and Lance Thomas proved us wrong. Last episode, we're saying he was just a veteran. And all right, I know this is not Knicks related right now, but Trae Young dropped a career high 36 points.
He's unbelievable. Young is unbelievable.
This man just went off. He was like, all right. In my opinion, I'm not mad at the Hawks for drafting Trae Young. The way he's playing now, I don't even care because he's balling out.
Honestly, like that trade on draft night between the Hawks and Mavericks, when they traded Luka and Trae for each other, I mean, it worked out for both sides. I know at first I was questioning it for the Hawks, and probably a lot of people were questioning it for the Hawks, but it was a good deal. We're starting to see that now.
Trae Young reminds me, he has like Steve Nash playmaking ability, and he is like, I'm not saying he's as good of a shooter as Stephen Curry, but he has potential to be an elite shooter. When I was watching highlights from near the logo, 8 threes, he was 8 for 13, and he's been shooting efficiently lately. They're not inefficient. That's the problem with Knox. Knox, he scores a lot of points, but most of them are inefficient. He needs to start being more efficient from the field.
And honestly, like, one thing I've also noticed about Kevin Knox, I feel like he's starting to hit the rookie wall. It's the midpoint of the season. No rookie is used to playing 82 games in a season.
Yeah. And he's playing, like, lately he's been playing 30-plus minutes, so much.
Like, lately it's been kind of looking like he's starting to hit the rookie wall, which is normal. I mean, all rookies hit that at some point, and it's looking like Kevin Knox is starting to hit that wall.
I remember Porzingis hit it hard at one point.
Oh, yeah. He's wrong, yeah.
People were starting to, like, for some reason, Porzingis was never good against the Celtics because Al Horford, it seems like he's a great center that can shoot threes. He locked up Joel Embiid, even though Porzingis is like a power forward. But the Celtics are the greatest against big men because for some reason, 76ers can never beat the Celtics. Joel Embiid's always silent against them. You saw it in the playoffs. They forced Ben Simmons to 1 point. They're just such a great defensive team. But
Al Horford's able to get in your head. He's able to get in guys' heads. Especially with Joel Embiid.
Yep. And Lance Thomas, 16 points, 7 of 13, 2 for 4 from 3, 7 rebounds, 30 minutes. Dennis Ben Jr. off the glass to Mitchell Robinson. That was just nasty.
Oh, my God. Bro.
That was oof.
Those two are going to be a dynamic duo for years to come.
I agree. That reminded me of the Raymond Felton to Kenyon Martin, or was it J.R. Smith?
I think it was J.R. Smith.
Yeah, it might have been. But Kenyon Martin, like we got him in the older part of his career. Well, that draft class sucked, the one Kenyon Martin was in. He was the first pick, and the rest – yeah, he was a one-time All-Star, and the rest of that draft class was terrible. But Kenyon Martin, he was a freak athlete as well.
I miss Martin.
Yeah, he just got old. Trier had 9. Moody had 18 points, 8 of 10, 3 of 5.
Moody has been great this season. And on my Knicks page, I've been seeing when I posted the 3 point guards, Frank, Emmanuel, and Dennis, start, bench, cut. A lot of people said start Dennis, bench Frank, and cut Moutier. I mean, I understand Frank is an elite defender, but like
he's young, but like Moutier is still young too. You have to think, what is he, 23, 24 still?
Moutier is still young, and let's remember, Frank Ntilikina was a Phil Jackson pick.
Exactly.
Frank was a Phil Jackson pick, and he was for the triangle offense.
I'm happy we drafted Dotson, though.
Yeah, Dotson, he's better than Ntilikina. I'm happy that we drafted Dotson. I see a little bit of Eric Gordon in Dotson, honestly.
or damn, who was it? That reminded me of Dust. I don't know. He's just a pure shooter. I think he could be a perfect, at best in his career, he could be an awesome six man.
Definitely.
But
Dot's
like,
gonna be a solid contributor for us.
and whatever we do, give Dotson the ball in the first quarter. Whatever it is, he just goes off in the first quarter.
And I mean, remember, it wasn't the last game. It was the game before that against Minnesota.
He had like 17, 18 in the first, and then went cold after that because
Yeah,
we didn't
after
give him
that
the
he went
ball.
cold, but that is a second round pick for you. That is a second round pick. He could be kind of streaky.
He's a shooter though. That dude could shoot. But
That man can definitely shoot. And I remember when we drafted him, I was thinking, is this guy really going to make the roster? Like, is he really going to make the roster? But, I mean, he's looked solid, and I'm happy about him. I'm excited.
I was questionable about him in the summer league as well.
Honestly, yeah, in the summer league, I was questioning him, but, like, it's the summer league, though. It's the summer league. Then again.
I'm telling you right now, what I'm saying from Dennis Smith Jr., I'll be happy if we don't get Kyrie and we just get Durant, because Dennis Smith Jr. is showing me that sky's the limit for this kid. Once he starts knocking out his free throws, hits a three on a consistent basis, he can get to the basket with ease. This dude has a burst of athleticism and a great first step. But I think if Dennis Smith Jr. ends up being good, Moody ends up being great off the bench, I think Frank Ntilikina, if he doesn't improve at all or have a great rest of the season if he comes back at a certain point, I think Frank Ntilikina's time period with the Knicks is up and he has to go. I think we should trade him to the Suns or some shit.
Definitely to the Suns. The Suns they really do need a new point guard. And honestly, like I see Dennis Smith Jr. maybe developing into a Russell Westbrook.
Yes, he's just a freak athlete.
Without the stat padding.
Yeah, Dennis Smith. I just question, like, he needs to start knocking down his free throws though.
I mean, he'll improve.
Yeah, he's still very young. What is he, like, 20, 21?
I think he's 21.
Yeah, and Frank's like 20. But yeah, Frank Ntilikina like doesn't show any signs of improvement because he looked good in the summertime working out, but everyone does. It just didn't produce in the summer league when he had that nice little fadeaway going. It just seems like when he gets in a real NBA game, he's afraid to do those moves.
I mean, yeah. I mean, again, he's still young. He could still develop, but I really don't think he's in the Knicks' plans. It's time for them to get rid of him. Right now, he is a bust. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna be clear when I say this. He's a bust. But he's still young. He could still improve his offense. His defense, obviously, he's an elite defender, but the next step for him is just improving his offense.
Honestly, Frank, yeah, he's a good on-ball defender, but I think his defense is honestly overrated.
It is kind of overrated.
Like, he's a good on-ball defender, but people hype it up so much great or elite. Elite is Kawhi Leonard.
It is kind of overhyped.
He has potential to be like a Marcus Smart type defender if he hasn't already, but he's like kind of soft on defense too.
And to be honest, if he doesn't improve, I see him playing back overseas.
Yeah, there's potential he could.
Him, Hezonja, and a couple other guys who are on different teams. They could be overseas in the next few years.
But the thing I'm scared about training Frank, watch us not be patient about him, and Frank just like goes to another team and starts balling out. Because that happens to Knicks so much.
I know, man, but it's for Ntilikina. I don't see him doing that.
Yeah, but just why? Like, he's gonna turn into some. I don't know. I remember when people were hyping up when he was drafted. Some people hated it. People were like, he's gonna be a Kawhi Leonard point guard. I'm like, yeah, that shouldn't happen. But I made a video on Frank Ntilikina, future for the Knicks. It almost has 1,000 views, and then yeah, I did not predict anything right in that video. I was high on Frank at the time because you know what I do now. When we had Phil Jackson, I was like, all right, I'm going to look at all the European players because I know he's going to draft one, and we did draft Frank.
When we drafted Frank, I was not happy about the pick, I wasn't happy because I remember at the time I wanted Malik Monk, and
he's all right now.
He's all right, but I wanted Malik Monk, and when we drafted Frank, he had a 50-50 chance of being a bust or a star, and I honestly saw it coming that he was going to be a bust. And
Yeah.
I was trying to be positive and say maybe he'll turn out to be something for us, but he is a bust, and I saw it coming.
He is like he had the highest All-Star potential, but the highest bust potential.
And that bust potential, yep.
All right. So do you know Bruno Caboclo? When he
Yeah.
was drafted by the Raptors, that he was taken by his potential. He was helping next overseas.
Brazilian Durant or something like that, right? Brazilian
Yeah,
Durant.
and he ended up being a huge. But I watched that dude last night in the starting lineup. He looked like Frank. 2 to 4 points.
I mean, drafting is a game. At the end of the day, it's the draft. Anything can happen. You could be great in college. You could be great overseas. The NBA, at the end of the day, it's the best league in the world.
Exactly.
So you could tear up overseas. You could tear up in college. In the NBA, it could be totally different.
And I'm going to tell you about one of my predictions. All right, if the Knicks have the first overall pick, of course, we got to draft Zion. But I think RJ Barrett will have a better impact right away, but Zion will have a better impact long term. So don't be surprised if RJ wins Rookie of the Year and Zion ends up having a better career long term, because Zion will be taken for now. He'll make an impact, and then long term he'll have time to improve a jump shot and get even better. But I think RJ Barrett win Rookie of the Year, and long term Zion would help a team win a championship.
Now, I had some interesting conversations today.
All right.
One of them was about who would it be safer to draft, Zion or
RJ.
Barrett? Honestly, yeah, it would be safer to draft RJ Barrett, but Zion, he's a player you can't miss out on. If his skill in the NCAA translates to the NBA,
it's gonna be scary.
It's gonna be scary.
But again,
he's got a ton of potential.
We need to think about, though, the game has revolved so much. It's a 3-and-D league. I get it. He's especially there. People are definitely going to draft him. For the marketing standpoint, getting people in their seats. Like, I guarantee, if the Knicks get Zion, that jersey's going to sell out in literally 2 seconds.
Definitely, without a doubt. Like, it's the Garden, one of the best players. Zion, like, if his game again translates to the NBA, him playing in the Mecca, it's gonna attract a bunch of people.
Him, KD, Dennis Smith Jr., all that athleticism, it's gonna be nasty, and we'll have a good bench too, because some of our starters might go to the bench, and then we'll have a nasty bench as well. We'll have a very deep team. That was the problem. Remember when D Rose said that Melo Porzingis thing was a whole super team, and Joakim Noah as well?
Yeah, their bench was weak. To be honest, I remember looking at that team. Everybody was so hyped. They're saying, "Oh yeah, I heard people saying that we're gonna make the finals, and
hell no.
We all thought we were gonna make the playoffs, obviously.
I did.
But looking at their bench, I was concerned.
Who's our best bench player? Freaking who's Minskis or Willie Hernangomez? Justin Holiday?
It probably was Justin Holiday.
I honestly liked him. I didn't like that we traded him or moved on from him. But wasn't he in the? No, we didn't trade him, did we?
No, we let him go in free agency.
Yeah, I honestly liked him. He won a championship with the Warriors. Yeah.
Honestly, I think that we should have kept Holiday.
I liked how he played, but after watching him last night, who's he play for now? He was on the Bulls. He got traded to the Grizzlies.
And Joakim Noah
and
led the Grizzlies to that victory.
Lakers suck. That team's not making the playoffs. That team is terrible.
They need to get another star.
See, LeBron, you should have came to the Knicks.
To be honest, I don't see the Lakers making the playoffs.
They're not.
I don't see them making the playoffs at this point.
I think they're going to have to only lose 2 or 3 more games. LeBron said he's going to have this whole playoff intensity, playoff mindset. This isn't the Eastern Conference anymore.
The Western Conference is tougher.
It's a wake-up call for LeBron. But remember that you watched the game, of course. You saw the highlight of the game, the funny tip-in of Knox and Smith Jr.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was just Fizdale was just laughing. But I was when I watched that, I was that sums up our season right there.
I know that does sum up our season. A lot sums up our season. A lot of bad plays.
All right, I got a Knicks trivia question for you.
All right.
Who got hurt in the NBA Finals? This is the Knicks, by the way. Who got hurt in the NBA Finals and came back to help the Knicks win their first championship?
Who?
Willis Reed.
Oh, Willis Reed.
Torn muscle in his left leg, and he still played. Some people said he faked it. I remember when Paul Pierce, it seemed like he faked an injury, but I don't know if he was actually hurt and he came back or something.
I think he was actually hurt.
Yeah, but I wish I got to see. See, I just want to witness us win a championship.
Yeah, I wish. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of the people around our age wishes that we got to see that.
Yeah. Walt Frazier, Willis Reed, Phil Jackson was on that. So
I wish I got to see like a bunch of the legends play. Like I wish I got to see Michael Jordan play. I wish I got to see like
Patrick Ewing.
Prime. I wish I got to see Patrick Ewing. You know.
I wish I got to see John Starks, except I wouldn't want to see Reggie Miller score 8 points on us in 8 seconds.
Yeah.
That was my dad said he was watching that. It was such a heartbreaker. And when Patrick Ewing missed that finger roll, holy shit, my dad. He said he was like in tears. He freaking was so mad.
Who wouldn't be in tears?
Exactly. But all right, so we're gonna talk hot takes now. Will the Knicks land Zion, Kyrie, and Durant?
To be honest, I don't see Kyrie coming. I do not see Kyrie coming. I mean, it really does depend on how the Celtics do, but to be honest, I don't see us getting Kyrie. I want him, but I don't see it happening.
I think he can. All right, this is the reason why. I think it all depends how the Celtics do in the playoffs. If they make it to the NBA Finals and lose, or make it to the, of course, I think they're gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. But if they lose in the first, or the first, second round, then they're just Kyrie might leave.
Yeah, if they have an early exit, definitely Kyrie's going to leave.
But I'm afraid Kyrie's going to go to the Lakers. I just have a feeling.
Yeah, to me, the realistic options, either LA or Boston. It's either LA or Boston.
The people think KD's going to the Lakers is stupid. He already said he doesn't like LeBron. Didn't he say he didn't say he was a cancer in the locker room. He said he was like, I forgot.
I mean, at the end of the day, think about it. If he said he was going to the Lakers, he'd get fined.
Yeah. Anthony Davis, he got fined because he said in the open that he wanted to be traded or whatever.
Like, if KD said that he was going to come to the Knicks or something, or to the Lakers, he'd get fined instantly.
Yeah. And I watched Stephen A. Smith, all right? He got pissed off by Kyrie Irving. They're talking about the whole situation. Isn't it weird, though? Again, KD and Kyrie Irving are good friends. But what are the chances they're talking in Miami? Maybe they're trying to get away from the media and talk about coming to the Knicks or teaming up. Because what are the chances he points up 2 fingers and he didn't know they were recording or whatever at the time. People thought they were recording. And just like Kyrie getting pissed off at the media, and he never declined the fact they didn't want to come here. If he was really connected to Boston, he would have been like, no, why would the Knicks be a part of my plans or whatever, talking about them. But of course, he said he was talking to a friend, of course, of Kevin Durant. But maybe they're messing with the media. That's just Stephen A. Smith thinks. Maybe they're putting on a whole show. It could either be putting on a whole show to come to New York or messing with New York and not coming here.
I think that the first video that came out of them talking after the All-Star game, it didn't look like Kyrie Irving was saying 2 max slots. It looked like he was saying something else. I don't remember what it was, but I remember when I watched it a bunch of times at first. It looked like he was saying 2 max slots. It's time, but after rewatching it a bunch of times, it didn't really look like he said 2 max slots. I mean, and they could just be friends talking, you know. They could just, at the end of the day, these stars are great friends off the court. They're great friends. They could have just been talking about something else, you know.
Why would he point up? What else would 2 mean though? Like pointing up 2 fingers.
It can mean anything.
2 donuts. Let's go again.
It could be anything.
But like, why would they go to Miami for? I get it. They're like friends and stuff, but that's kind of weird.
They're not going to Miami. They are not going to Miami.
I know. I'm talking about they went to Miami.
Oh, yeah. They went to Miami. Yeah, that is pretty weird. They could be – I mean, they could have just been getting away from the media, because so many rumors about them. They could be tired of it, and they're just going somewhere where the media won't be, and they could, just be friends.
Yeah.
Just be friends and talk.
I'm going to ask you this question right here. if KD goes to the Knicks, I think he's going to gain all the respect if we at least make it to the finals. Even if we don't win, he's still going to gain respect even if we just go.
I mean, not just the finals, the playoffs, because we missed it for
since like
several years.
Like 2012, 13 was the last time.
We've missed it for a long time. Like,
yeah.
Even if he miss it, even if we like don't even go to the finals, even if we just make the playoffs, even if it's a first round exit, he's gonna gain so much respect.
I don't know about that. The first round exit thing. If you want a
first round exit, yeah.
If you want a first round exit, just sign Jimmy Butler and Kemba Walker because that's a first round exit and that's just a fail.
Yeah, first round exit might. Yeah, it actually is kind of a fail. But
that would just be
even if we just do make the playoffs, think about how much respect he's gonna get because we've been bad. We've been pretty bad since Phil came and now we're rebuilding. We're still pretty bad. I mean, KD would get so much respect.
Imagine if KD wins us a championship, he's getting a statue outside of Madison Square Garden.
Honestly, yes, he will get a statue.
I don't care about him going to Golden State. If he wins us a championship, he'll have so much respect. I don't care. I'll be able to die in peace if the Knicks win a championship.
If I live to see them win a championship, if I see KD win a championship for us, the amount of respect I'll have for him again, I'm gonna have so much respect for him. I'm gonna have respect for him again. I'm gonna love him again.
And if we get KD and Kyrie, think about this too. When's the last time we had Carmelo was clutch? I get that in ways, but when's the last time we had like a real closer besides Carmelo?
Honestly, yeah, we haven't had that in a while.
Like Carmelo, he was a closer, but if it's all shots, they were clutch shots. But we haven't had a buzzer beater since J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
That's crazy. KD's known for hitting clutch shots. Kyrie Irving can close games.
Carmelo couldn't close out games. I'm happy we got rid of Melo. He couldn't close games.
Like, KD could close games on the offensive end and defensive end because I think he's an underrated defender.
Definitely. And, I mean, none of the teams we've had recently could close games.
Yeah.
Like remember that team with D Rose and Melo and Joakim Noah? That was bad.
That was terrible. I think
we'd be up by like 20 at the start of the fourth quarter, and we would blow that lead.
That still happens. It's been happening for the last 20 years.
It still does happen, but like that team was bad.
Yeah, it sucks being a Knicks fan.
And the collapses in the second half of the season, those got annoying.
Yeah, I'm proud to be a Knicks fan, but it just sucks.
I mean, it'll all be worth it at the end.
Yeah, at the end when we die.
Rebuilding teams struggle. It's going to be worth it at the end.
Look at the Kings.
Remember how bad the Sixers were?
Kings are playing good basketball, but they've been rebuilding for the last freaking who knows how long.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Sacramento Kings. Which elite free agent would want to go to the Kings?
True, and look at the Magic since Dwight Howard.
The Magic messed up. They got rid of Tobias Harris and Victor Oladipo.
Well, Magic can't develop talent. So
yeah, they can.
That's why everyone, except Dwight, is a generational talent. But of course, he's in the wrong place of the NBA now because it's a 3-and-D type league. But like Tobias Harris, he was younger in his career. He didn't really hit his stride yet. Hedo Turkoglu was pretty solid for them. They had Jameer Nelson, who was solid at the time. That was an older veteran. And now look at them. Oh, yeah, we play the Magic tonight. We're probably going to get blown up by 27 like we did last time.
Oh, my God. I was watching that. At first, I thought we were going to get a win, but nope. We got destroyed.
Magic I think they're nearly 500. They're playing good basketball right now.
If I was the Magic, though, I would have just kept Tobias Harris and Victor Oladipo. I would have developed them.
Yeah, I agree.
Getting rid of them was a mistake.
They have no patience. The King.
Imagine what that team could be right now. Nikola Vucevic, the way he's playing. Victor Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris should have been an all-star.
Yeah, I think he would have been nice with them.
If he wasn't playing for the Clippers. Yeah, last time he was playing for the Clippers, yeah.
Magic had Tracy McGrady, too. But that was before then, but he was nasty with them, too.
Imagine, bro, it's BS that Tobias Harris was not an all-star. Like, and the Magic made a mistake. They cannot develop. They cannot develop.
I'm scared for Markel because I said in a video when Markel Fultz was initially traded, I was like, Markel Fultz better put an endless amount of work on his jump shot overall because the Magic not going to help. Look, all right, Mario Zonia, he's a bust, right? But if
Mario is definitely bust, yeah.
if he's a bust, because I watch Mario Zonia, he has glimpses of talent. Like, there's some games I'm like, damn, that's a nice-ass move. He has this athleticism. He could shoot from deep. He just needs to put it all together. I get he's still very young. But, like, he's just not consistent enough for me. Like, there's players out there that have so much talent and they're young, but they're just not consistent enough. When you're young, it's hard to be consistent.
I give these guys to, like, 25 or maybe even 24, and then I'll call them a bust. Like,
Frank, you got 5 years. You better prove something to me if you're still on this team.
I'm going to give Frank another 5 years. I'm going to give Hazonia another 5 years. I'm going to give Markel Fultz another 5 years. If they don't develop into something solid, I'm calling them a bust.
Remember, Steve Nash averaged 2 points his rookie year.
He did, and, like, I mean, he was a rookie, first of all. Like, it takes time to get used to that NBA. I understand that. Like, I'm going to give these guys time. You know, they're still young.
Yeah, but stuff I see on, I know Instagram doesn't prove everything, but stuff I see on Frank's Instagram, it looks like he's not even interested in basketball.
Honestly, I've noticed that too. It does look like he's not even interested in it, but I mean, he can't be. Think about it. Like, he can't be just all basketball. Like, think about it.
But the greatest are glued to basketball. Kobe Bryant, endless work ethic. He did not stop playing basketball.
I mean, Kobe, yeah.
That's
Frank, yeah, kind of
does look like
rat. He's not that interested in it. Yeah, it kind of does look like that. Yeah.
Kobe's all basketball. This man was like, that's why he's at show now. He could break down players.
I mean, he posts what he posts. At the end of the day, he posts what he posts.
Again, though, you don't have to post everything basketball. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. They don't post everything on there. But I just have a feeling Knox puts in endless work. I have a feeling.
Kevin Knox, yeah, he does put in endless work. He's going to be a terrific player in this league for a long time. And also, maybe Frank, maybe the reason why he's not that interested in basketball, maybe he sees what the press is saying. He sees what we're saying. And maybe that has something to do with it.
The problem, I think, is with Frank, because you know how there's certain players, they're drafted, they're great college players, but then when they're drafted, they stop working because they have all the money at the end of the day and they're in the NBA. But the greatest players, when they're drafted, they continue to work to be the greatest. But some players, when they get in the league, they're like, I'm here now. Why do I have to get any better? Exactly. And I think that's the problem with Frank, because I think he's just happy he's in the NBA. Because every time he talks in a press conference, he never says he wants to be the greatest. He never says he wants to chase to be the greatest. He has no mentality to be one of the greatest players.
Honestly, I'm calling him a bust for now. But
he is a bust.
He could develop. He could honestly develop. I don't see that happening, but he could develop. There's a chance he develops his offense.
And he's shooting worse from the field as last year.
Or maybe it's just like, maybe something's going on behind the scenes. Maybe he needs a change of scenery right now. Like, maybe, honestly, I see him being a better fit for the Phoenix Suns.
Because the Suns have no point guard.
Yeah, they have no point guard. And him and Booker could be something special. You know, Frank, D. Book could have a guy who finds him in Frank.
The only way I see Frank being our point guard of the future, if Dennis Smith Jr., Emmanuel Mudiay light a fire under him, and Frank goes to work.
Honestly, I don't see that happening.
Frank just has no mentality at all.
Frank doesn't really have mentality. He doesn't really.
Oh, yeah. We have to talk about this real quick. Did you see Dennis Smith Jr.? He was about to have the greatest dunk of all season if he made that
poster. He made that poster, the whole garden would have went off.
Erupted.
The whole garden just would have erupted. The roof would have came off the building.
Just imagine. You see how the garden is reacting to Mitchell Robinson's dunks, Dennis Smith Jr., Knox poster over Ben Simmons. I was so happy
that poster was refreshing to see. Those kind of plays are refreshing to see.
It was a two-handed slam. It wasn't a weak jam. It was right on him. He didn't catch him on the side. He slammed that shit right on him, too.
Honestly, those are just glimpses of what we're going to see in the future.
Knox is going to be so good. Once he gets stronger, improves his defense, ball handling, he's going to continue to get faster, tall. This dude's going to be good.
Kevin Knox is going to be special. In his future, he's going to be a superstar.
Yeah, but all right, how many do you think Knox is going to have tonight against the Magic?
I see him having 17, 18 points.
The last time we played the Magic, he came off the bench and had 17 points. He had a nice little putback. Mitchell Robinson had 9 blocks.
Mitchell Robinson
is going to be
honestly,
so good.
When he said he could average 6 blocks.
I was about to say that. That's insane. That's just, I love that confidence.
I love the confidence. If a young guy's confident and wants to work, that's refreshing to see. Mitchell Robinson, I honestly could see him getting 6 blocks per game. I could see that.
That dude's a freak athlete, too. Like, this dude jumps so high on his blocks. Sometimes he needs to be smarter. But like what I was saying, imagine Madison Square Garden. We saw Mitchell Robinson, how the Garden reacts. Kevin Knox when he had that crazy dunk. Dennis Smith Jr., 360. The one when he slammed it hard. I don't remember who we were playing at the time. But imagine Zion in there with Kevin Durant. Just imagine Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden will be back. And another thing is, when I'm watching games, remember when we used to have the orange court?
Yeah.
Why is it not orange anymore? Why'd they change that?
Honestly, I have no idea why they changed it.
But I'm excited for the future. Even if, because remember, we traded one star player. People were talking like we traded the whole young core.
Honestly, like, if it was just KP alone, we could have got something more for him.
Yeah, and we traded bad contracts.
We included Courtney Lee, bad contract. Tim Hardaway Jr., terrible contract.
Trey Burke? I didn't get the Trey Burke thing. Maybe just to get rid of a guard.
It was definitely to get rid of a guard.
But if we're getting rid of a guard, get rid of Moody or Frank.
I wish it was Frank. But, I mean, if it was just KP alone, we could have got a lot more for him. But we had to unload bad contracts. We had to do it.
Yeah, I agree. But, like, I'm going to say, I just have this feeling Knox is going to go off tonight. Oh, yeah, of course, we want to lose, right? The only way I want to win, well, the Suns won last night, thank God. They won last night.
The only way, what I want to happen is the young guys keep playing very well.
If they play like they did the night before, I'll be happy with that win. I don't care.
Like, I want them to keep playing very well, but I also want losses.
Yeah, and I hope Robinson starts again tonight. I'm sorry, DeAndre Jordan, stay hurt. I like you as a coach on the bench.
Honestly, like, DeAndre's a good veteran presence.
He's going to be perfect for Mitchell Robinson. He's going to be perfect.
And one of the reasons we probably got him is because he's going to be a awesome mentor for Robinson.
I agree.
And he's good friends with KD.
Him and Kate, like I said last podcast, I was watching an interview, KD and DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan's a genuine good guy because he was talking about DeAndre Jordan actually checks on him to see if he's okay. That shows he's a really good guy and really cares about KD, even before the whole situation.
Dude, they're great friends. Like, DeAndre's probably behind the scenes. He's probably talking to KD saying, listen, man, you could come here. You should come here. You know, we could be something special. No, that's what a lot of guys do. Bradley Beal admitted to talking to guys about joining DC. Like, honestly, I think that DeAndre is talking to KD a lot and telling him, hey, man, come here. We could be great, you know. We're great friends, you know. We have this great connection. We could turn this into something special in New York.
Yeah. And I think DeAndre Jordan's the type of person to not pressure him, but let him have an open mind about it. Because the thing I don't want, all right, hopefully this whole situation is Kyrie and Kevin Durant are just tricking the media and they're coming to New York. Because you see what Kyrie's doing with the media now. Imagine how much attention that's going to be when he's in New York. That's just going to be scary. That's going to be bad.
And, I mean, in Cleveland, he did talk a lot about joining the Knicks.
He did? Oh, yeah, I heard him talking in the locker room or something.
Yeah, in the locker room a lot. He was talking about joining the Knicks. And remember
sucks.
on his list? Remember when he asked for a trade out of Cleveland? The Knicks were on his list.
Oh, Yeah, that's true. And as well, who else was on that list? But I was thinking Kawhi Leonard, one of his teams on the list. He can buy a house in LA. I think he's going to the Clippers. For some reason, I'm feeling he's not going to Lakers.
He's, I mean,
He said he didn't want to play in the Lakers, so why would he
yeah,
go?
he probably is going to the Clippers. He probably is.
That would be interesting, though. I want to see them have Kawhi Leonard. I would honestly like that.
I want to see them be good. I want to see them get past the second round. Honestly, like, I do really want to see them get past the second round.
Or Kawhi Leonard, he deserves a statue. If he brings a championship to the Clippers, I'll have mad respect for him. See, these are the chances for both these players to revive their career. Kevin Durant, bring a championship to the Knicks. Kawhi Leonard, after leaving the Spurs, that whole situation, bring a championship to the Clippers. That's a perfect way to revive your career. Go to a team that hasn't won a championship in a while or hasn't won a championship ever.
That's perfect. That's perfect for these guys. And honestly, like, I think if KD does win a championship in New York, everybody's going to respect him again. I'm going to definitely forgive him.
I don't care if we have any more losing seasons. If I get to see KD bring us a championship, I don't care.
Honestly, like, if he does bring us a championship, I don't care what he did. I'm going to forgive him right away. He's honestly going to be one of my favorite players ever if he wins a championship in New York.
Honestly, never hated KD going to the Warriors. I just hated the competitive standpoint. It's just going to be not much competition anymore.
Honestly, like, if he does come to the Knicks, I see more competition. Like, honestly, the East, I know it's weak, but like in the NBA, I see way more competition.
Yeah, the East is getting stronger though.
It is starting to get stronger. Like Kawhi Leonard, Giannis,
the 76ers, the way they're looking.
Yeah, the Sixers getting Tobias and Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. They're something.
Do you think we can be a top 3 seed if we add Kyrie and Durant?
Honestly, yes, without a doubt.
All right, here's a joke. I know it's not. It's like a serious joke, but knowing our Knicks luck, we're gonna end up with Cam Reddish, Chris Middleton, and we're gonna bring back Noah Vonleh for a big ass deal.
If that happens, I'm gonna just quit being a fan.
That seems like some Knicks shit, doesn't it?
I'm just gonna quit being a fan.
That's not gonna happen though. No way we're gonna end up with like 4th, 5th pick. If we do,
it's not gonna happen. But I would quit being a fan right there.
I wouldn't know what to do at that point. I would stop watching the game of basketball.
To be honest, same. I would honestly just quit being a fan of the NBA in general. I would just quit being a fan of the Knicks.
But how far do you think this lineup would go first year? Kyrie at the 1, Dotson at the 2, Knox at the 3. All right, this is saying we're not getting Zion. Kyrie at the 1, but we somehow actually wait. I'll put RJ at the 2 if we draft RJ. Because how would the lineup be? Knox would have to come off the bench.
Honestly, I don't want to see Kevin Knox come off the bench. That's the only thing. I really don't want to see him come off the bench.
So who do you want to see come off the bench? Durant?
KD? No, he cannot come off. If we get KD, though, it's going to have to happen. Like, if we do get KD...
Because we're not benching Zion.
Yeah, there's no way we're going to bench Zion, and there's no way you could bench KD. There's no way you could just bench KD.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah.
Am I good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. I don't know what happened. I got a call.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting to see like the players. I think the feeling is though, if we don't have much shooters, it's gonna be like really clumped or whatever, and there's not gonna be much spacing.
Honestly, though, like if we do get KD, which I definitely do want to happen, like, yeah, I mean, Kevin Knox is gonna have to come off the bench. That's the only thing.
I agree, but I think Knox would be a perfect 6-man, honestly.
He would be a nice 6-man. He would be a very nice 6-man.
And I'm saying it right now, I wouldn't be mad if Dotson starts at the 2.
Honestly, I would love to see Dot start at the 2.
But how does this sound? Kyrie, Dotson, Knox, Durant, Mitchell Robinson, or DeAndre Jordan at the center position?
I would want Mitch to start. I would honestly want Mitchell to start.
Yeah, I think he's just a young player, and I just think I love Mitchell Robinson. But if we end up with the first overall pick, and Zion's taken, who would you pick? RJ Barrett or Jay Morant? Or if you don't want any of those, who would you pick with the second overall pick?
I would pick RJ Barrett. Obviously, like, he's the second best player in this draft, in my opinion.
I
But
remember
if
before
he's
Zion
taken
played,
two,
RJ Barrett was the lock number one pick. I believe he was the godson of Steve Nash. And he was just the number one prospect until Zion wowed with his athleticism. Like I said, of course, we're low marketed teams, but we're such a high marketed team that we're already going to have a bunch of people in the seats at Madison Square Garden. But if we take Zion Williamson, again, like I said, the jerseys are going to sell out. It's more of a marketing move.
honestly, like, if Zion is taken, yes, I'm going to draft RJ Barrett. And Zion is definitely a marketing move. And I mean, it's also this. Like, we need to draft the best talent available.
No
Like,
question.
not just marketing. It's also we gotta pick the best talent available.
Oh, and I found an interesting article. Looking back, the Knicks could have traded Porzingis on draft night for Devin Booker. What are your thoughts on that?
I wish we did that. Imagine us with Devin Booker at shooting guard.
Yeah, that would be. When's the last time we had a good shooting guard?
It's been a while.
Like J.R. Smith? Unless I'm thinking of one. John Starks is probably the greatest shooting guard for the Knicks of all time.
Honestly, like, bro, imagine if we had D Book. Wait, no, I read that it was the other way around.
Yeah. And as well, remember the whole situation we almost traded Porzingis for Markkanen. I wouldn't have actually been mad at Markkanen. He's really good.
At first, I probably would have been mad, but I mean, now looking back at it, I wish we did that. Markkanen's nice.
Yeah, Markkanen, he has a similar style of play to Porzingis as well. And let me know, who do you think is going to win, Magic or Knicks? Of course, you probably want the Knicks to lose. But who do you think is realistically going to win? It's in Madison Square Garden.
Realistically, I know I do want the Knicks to lose, but realistically, maybe the Knicks. Maybe the Knicks.
I have a feeling they're going to come with some revenge. The thing I'm afraid with Knicks tanking, we never know how to tank right. We always win meaningless games.
I know.
It happens like so much. A 17-game win season. We lost in the ping pongs to the Minnesota Timberwolves dropping. And we won like the last 4 games or won our last couple games. We should have like 14 wins, but we ended up with 17.
I mean, look at it from a player's perspective, though. They're trying to win every night.
Yeah, Fizdale's mentality is to win, and he's a player's coach. He's trying to not get the players to say we're tanking because he said the locker room's great. No one's been down and saying they're tanking and we're a terrible team. They're still going out there and competing. That's what I love about David Fizdale.
Honestly, again, look at it from a player's perspective. They want to win games. They're not trying to lose. Some of these guys are on contract years, like we were saying the other day. Like, some of these guys are on their contract years. They want to prove themselves. They don't want to get
Vonleh, Mario Hazonia.
They don't want to get these losses. They're trying to win games.
Yeah, and I feel the Knicks are gonna lose. It's the Knicks. And the final topic is, I get it. Anthony Davis said one of his teams, of course, is the Knicks. Would you trade the number 1 overall pick and something else to get an Anthony Davis?
I would not trade the first pick for AD.
So you're pretty much saying if we use that first overall pick, you think Zion or RJ is going to be a better player than Anthony Davis?
I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be a better player, but I mean, I would not trade the first pick for AD. I would not do that. I mean, first of all, Scott Perry even said they don't want to trade. They don't want to trade picks, and we have to trade multiple picks. And we're a rebuilding team. Trading picks, not the way to do it. Definitely not the way to do it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Of course, one of his options is to go to the Knicks. He would like to go there. I'm surprised by how many free agents, or not free agents in general, but how many players want to come to the Knicks. I get it, probably because it's the mecca of basketball, and they want to be that player that changes the culture and gets the Knicks good again. But that's the end of the show. And fun fact, probably no one cares, but it was Mario Hezonia's birthday yesterday. I'm not sure how old he turned, probably like 24, 25.
Probably like 24.
And yeah, he just gets he sucks ass more and more he gets older. Bro, that man has been a disappointment. I thought he was going to be good with a different team.
He's going to end up out of the league in a few years.
He is. I see him overseas, but that's the last topic. I appreciate you guys for watching the Knicks Universe podcast. Do you have anything to say, Avery?
Thank you, guys. and it's been fun, man.
Yeah, subscribe if you're new. We're out, guys. Peace out.